This is a Saxdor 320. I'm really keen to have a look at this and bring it to you, because there's a lot of clever thinking. Now, Saxdor burst onto the scene a couple of years ago and they've done really, really well. They're actually a budget boat, but they don't feel like it, because you look at the detailing, look where they've backlit this in stainless steel. Look at this anchor, the way this is fitted into here. This actually comes out in a cradle and then launches. It's a really nice boat, and it really belays the price. Now, they started off with the Saxdor 200s. In fact, I tested one of these out in Mallorca. It's on the channel if you have a look. They've done really well with these, and then this is their much bigger boat, of course. But these they've brought out with a lot of clever features, like different seating options, as you can see. They're really going for it, these guys, in a big, big way. Let's see if I can get through here. Yeah, here we go. So this then is the 320, and it is a big chunk of boat. Now, you can have this with single or twin engines. You can go from a single 300 up through these twin 225s up to twin 300s. It is an absolute flying machine. You're looking at getting on towards 50 knots with those engines, and with the 300s, of course, it's faster still. So it's a real flying machine. Even with the single 300, apparently it's up towards 40 knots. So a quick, slippery boat. And really purposeful looking as well. Does look nice. Anyway, we're going to go on board, and then we are going to give you the full tour. There's a lot to talk about actually with these. Let's pop that back onto there. And here we go. Maggie's beat us to it, look. So, I'll slip my shoes off. We're going to start back here in the cockpit. Now, the first thing to mention is that these sides drop down. They're drop balconies. They go flat on both sides. Obviously, we can't demonstrate it here for obvious reasons, but that just makes this into a really huge area, brilliant for swimming as well, of course. And in fact, if we come round onto this side, you'll see there's boarding ladders next to the engines. There is a ladder that comes out of here, sorry, not boarding ladders, swim platforms, and then a boarding ladder that comes out of there. Those are the engines, of course, in the back. This is quite clever. You can tilt this the other way, so it comes to here and faces backwards, so you can sit and look out over the water, or you can drop the table down, bring this right over, and it lies flat level with this, and that makes a two-person sunbed. So that's a nice idea. You've got access up this side, up these steps and along, but actually there's a much easier way to get to the front, which I'll show you in just a moment. We're going to head on inside. This is the GTC version, so this has got the full wheelhouse. So there's a big sliding door here. You can completely enclose and then lock this area. So good for climate control, good for security. And it just feels really nice because they've put the big windows all the way around. You can have drop windows as an option if you want, but in fact with this sliding door, there's an opening door up there which I'll show you in a moment, and an opening roof which I'll also show you. You get a lot of air through here anyway, so it's arguable as to whether you would necessarily want that, but as I say, if you want maximum air into here, you can certainly do it. Again, lots of adjustability here, because this table will drop down. You can also open it this way like this, and then you've got a grab bar there to hold on to. But with that drop down, these seats spin round, so you've got a nice dining area, but it also means that you can infill this then and make that into a big sleeping area if you want to. But there is another sleeping area down on the lower deck. I will show you that in a moment. The galley then is over on this side. So you've got a 2-burner hob. That's actually diesel powered, so you don't need a generator to run that. It's got diesel heating on here as well, so the whole thing is completely self-sufficient. There's separate batteries as well. You've got auxiliary batteries and engine start, so even if you leave everything on, run everything flat, you can always still start your engines. There is a sink underneath that one. That's quite clever, isn't it? And then underneath here, this is storage, propellers, like so, and then the fridge is here. Decent size. In fact, there's an option for a second fridge in here if you want it. So if you want more cold storage, you can have it. But that is a nice size wheelhouse. You've got seating across here for 3 when you're underway, and of course more seating back here. It's nice because, you know, 5 people all sat facing forward, all inside, all in the shelter. That's great. Come over here then. Nice driving position. I love the way they've done this in this dark non-glare material, so you don't get reflections on the screen. These are demisters around here, part of the heating system, so you can keep all of that nicely demisted if the weather's not so good. And then across here you've got obviously a helm position here, throttles in the middle, which is a nice idea because if you've got somebody who's not experienced having a drive, then somebody who is experienced can be sat there and reach the throttles. This one's got the twin Simrad screens on it. Actually, no, it hasn't. That is one big screen. I've not seen that before. One big screen split into two smaller ones. That's nifty. Then over here, that you can drop your phone onto, and it is inductive charging, and then that's a little glove box, and you've got then USB charging in there as well, and you've also got the SD cards for the navigation. Look at the way they've illuminated these cup holders. As I say, although it is aimed as a budget boat, it just doesn't feel like it. Look at the switch gear across here. It's all really nicely done. I'm very taken with these. Grab handle there for your passenger, and VHF radio lives down here as well. Even a nice little armrest, so when you're sat here, you've got something to put your arm on. That's brilliant. Now over here, we can open this, and that's giving us access to all of the 230 volt systems and all the 12 volt breakers as well. Main supply breakers, more breakers here, so everything is really easy to get at, or get atable as some people might say. And same again with the circuit breakers for the 230 volt. That's the control for the hob, and you've got the heating control here, the stereo control here. This one here is the roof. If I hit roof hatch open, this is a one touch, and that will then power that roof back. Nice, huh? And now, this is what I mean about how this all opens right out, because we come back here, look at that massive roof area. Obviously you normally see sky rather than the ceiling of the NEC, but nonetheless, you get the idea. This is great. This doorway here closes across, if I can remember how to open it in the first place. There we go, that's just on a clip. And that shuts like that, and now this whole thing is completely sheltered. Also, you can lock this, so again, for security, this whole area locks up, and then to open it, that little button there releases it, and you can open it like so. And what this gives you is access up to the bow. This is the button from the outside, and I say there's a lock on that one as well. They put these grab rails all the way around here, but it's deep. It's really deep. As you come out here, you feel completely safe. You feel completely in the boat all the way up onto here. This is an option, but this one's got the sun pad on the top, and what you'll see underneath here is big opening hatches. That's for the cabin underneath, which I'll show you in a moment. So that one and that one both open, so loads of ventilation, loads of light. Superb. Hi there, how you doing? All right? No problem at all. You'll be in the video now.
Oh, very good.
Okay, no worries. This is this anchor locker up on the bow. There we go, you can see the mechanism that comes out. So that all folds out, brings the anchor out, and then lowers. So it's like a two-stage process. And it drops back down like so. And if we go around this side, now you can get down here. If you're alongside a dock, this is brilliant, because you can just walk out of the cabin, around the front, step up, and onto the dock. That's superb. This is another nice touch. So much clever thinking in this. Look at this big gutter rail. You hardly ever find these, but it stops the water running down over the windows. But also, it's something to grab hold of all the way around. You've got something, if you were to try and walk down this side, for example, just to put some benders out or something, you've got something to hang on to. And that is that big opening roof section. These massive skylights here as well. So much natural light for the interior. These are the speakers, illuminated, for this area, and you've got pin lighting in here as well. It'd look great at night, wouldn't it? Let's step up here. There we go. I'm very taken with this. Let's go and look inside. Let's come on back into the wheelhouse. That's kind of everything, isn't it? It's a wheelhouse, it's a social area, it's a dining area, and it makes it a real all-weather boat. This would be superb in the UK. Right, this time we're going this way, down to the lower deck. Again, look at the way they put these stainless little strips in here, just to give you a little bit of grip, and it just makes it feel like it's not a budget boat. Although they are very competitively priced, it doesn't have that cheap boat feel. What you do notice is here, this is GRP rather than all nicely finished. If that was a Windy, that would be finished a lot better, but the boat would cost twice as much, so you know, let's take your choice, don't you? Those are those hatches. As I say, the sunbed cushions are on there in a minute, but you can imagine with those off how much light and air floods into there. There's a lot of extra concealed lighting in here. That's all nicely done, little reading lights and so forth. That is superb. And then back here is the toilet, and you might think, well, that's great. It's not exactly private, is it? Well, actually, check this out, because this opens up like this, comes across there. I'd be better doing it from here, wouldn't I? There we go. There we are. That's now your toilet. So you lose a little bit of floor space here, but you get a nice big toilet there and plenty of floor space in there. So again, it kind of gives you that duality of purpose. And while we've got that closed, I'll show you in here, because that is a load of storage in there. And that gives you a toilet and a sink. And again, there's bits of storage like so. Down here as well. Actually, no, that's not storage, that's access. That's obviously some kind of engineering bit. And even a little mirror to wave into. Superb. Again, look at the lighting down underneath here. And that is the access panel that takes you in behind the helm, so you can get to all the switch gear and wiring and all that kind of stuff. Let's come back here. That's brilliant, isn't it? Okay, back out of here. Little drop down thing for your feet there. Footrest, that's the word I'm looking for, not thing for your feet. And another one here. Yeah, I'm glad to have had a look at that. Glad to have been able to show it to you. Look at the lighting they put in around here. It's really nicely done. Okay. There we go. That's about it. I'm going to say huge thanks to Ideal Boats. They've organised this tour for me. Huge thanks to you guys as well. Let me know what you think of this one, but I think that is well worth taking a look at. We'll look forward to catching you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.